Hola tribe. Welcome to the House of Kai. Today is for the 1111 portal and we are going to, excuse me, I'm going to pick some oracle cards and do some breathing. And if you'd like to continue on with the video today, to do the activation of real medicine and healing, that which the vibration of the day is calling forth, then you can check the links below for Vimeo and we can go from there. So if you would like to continue on and you'd like to follow, like, share, subscribe. So do that. So I'm recording this a day prior. However, this is for 11/11/2020. So today we're going to start with, let's see, Sacred Earth Oracle deck. And as always, that which the collective, the medicine required for the tribe, the collective, those that those that live in their essence and the purification of their souls, right? So many ways to purify, so many ways to keep our waters pure, and it is up to us to do so, right? There's so many ways to contaminate them. So it is up to us to keep things in checks and balances and make sure that we ourselves are in harmony with ourselves. I am so involved in that as well. I have, so cards dropped out. We're gonna go with those. And I thought there was only one, but there's two. Wow. We have alchemy. Look at that. And center. Wow. And I almost feel like I'm saying it wrong because of the way it's spelled. However, I'm going to go with center or centre. Forgive me if I'm unsure of that, and look at the lighting, and I apologize. Let's see if we can. There. Look at that magical creature. Wow. So, we are the alchemy. The purification of the water is the alchemic requirement to move forward. Wow, this is just absolutely perfect. So let's see what other cards we get before I give my full reading of the day. So alchemy and centering, and now our next deck is the Earth Warriors. Such an amazing deck. Oh my goodness, this deck is just awesome. Awesome. I have picked my 3 favorite oracle decks. I do tarot readings. Don't necessarily like doing them for this purpose though. Yeah. But I do offer individual tarot readings, card readings. All of my readings are based off of healing. So when offering a reading, I give you information and we do healing work similar to what is happening in these videos, that you will not only just receive a reading, but you will receive a clearing and a healing along with the process. So not just a tarot reading. We clear the pathways in order to achieve the goal that you are seeking, or that which your soul is calling forth. So in my work, it is always about the soul. It is always about gaining access to our soul and moving forward from there. And that's way too many cards fell out. So we're just going to put those back in. Oh, and I'm being nosy. So let's just shuffle those back in. It's funny, as I'm sitting here now that those cards came up, all I can hear is a song by Trevor Hall. My love is just a, it says, my love is just a reminder, find your center. Right? My love is just a reminder, find your center. Not always my easy, well, correct that. It's easy when you put your attention to it. It's easy when you make that your focal point and your attention point. And I think that's really what it's about, right? When we ourselves utilize our mind in a manner, in a way, in order to achieve our goals, you're constantly bringing it back to center and self and that which is required for our own personal healing journey, right? Making yourself the priority is the most important thing. So, okay, let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. Ooh, Pachakama. Pacha, Karma. Kamaka? I think that's how it's said. And it's the nourishment of the soul. That's bold, isn't it? That is a bold card. Interesting. So far, right? So far we are exactly on point, that which is required. So, you know, a lot of people, they do 1111 as like the twin flame energy, or, you know, mostly here 1111 is the twin flame energy. You're your own twin flame. You're your own. I know that it is far easier to find that counterpart, to know how to dance the dance and balance out those energies in order to step into your own personal divinity and power. It's really, it's nice to have a soundboard, right? It's nice to have another being that matches the vibration to which you carry, so that you and they can dance a dance and harmonize with yourself, because it's not about them, it's about you harmonizing with you. However, I know that in the work has been far easier to have others being utilized as a soundboard in order to achieve those things. I personally have done my best to work with those that I work with, allowing my fellow brethren, not just my clients, not just the people I work with, but all sentient beings, all beings, to be my soundboard, to know and sort through who I am and where any distortions are in my system. Not always the best, you know, but it works. It works. So if you yourself are believing you require some sort of other being to match the vibration, know that it is you. Know that it is you, that there is no other being required in order to do that. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice. Having another reflect the vibration to which you know you too carry, and finding love in between all of it, just being in a space of love and appreciation. I have utilized Father's energy so much to achieve, so much to surrender to knowing. Yeah. So, let me see, the third deck today is Ganusha. And again, I don't necessarily like reading the cards from the book, even though I will sometimes. I do like interpretation of the vibration of the cards themselves in order to present the information that is coming through. Because there is no one answer. There is no one answer ever, and these cards will read differently each and every time based off of the vibration to which we are moving through. Right? Whew. couple more shuffles, couple more shuffles. Okay, and so where is the card? Ooh, sustenance. Sustenance, huh? Being our own sustenance. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? I love how he's looking outwardly, fulfilled inwardly, however, looking outwardly. See that? 100%. Oh. You know, it's interesting. I'm seeing this in so many different ways. I see that there's a... Wow. Well, it is all about nourishment, isn't it? So I'm going to go backwards here. We have nourishment of the soul and sustenance, right? So look at the nourishment that is being partaken in here. And the soul's nourishment is quite different than just food. There's a vibration to food, which is what is required to keep the body healed and in harmony. However, true nourishment of the soul comes from within, a harmony of peace within oneself in order to achieve all things, right? And I offer you that place of forgiveness because I haven't met one being. I haven't met one that feels the ultimate level of fulfillment from within. Not one. You know, it's really, really interesting to witness as we believe that, you know, we can do it all on our own. However, what level of multi-dimensional colors are fulfilled within that, right? And are we truly experiencing all of them? Who knows? Who knows? And is it in alignment with our soul's energy, right? That's the other piece. I was just witnessing a video on a gentleman who's been out in the wilderness, woods, whatever you want to call it, I believe it was of Chile, for over 40 years by himself. And it was interesting because as he spoke of like them wanting to remove him from where he was, and there was a beautiful energy of his loving the power that he has from, you know, being so self-sustaining and being so free. Yet I very much heard his ego in the place of like, because he had no other beings in his surroundings nourishing him, or adding nourishment, we'll go with that, adding nourishment to his life, he sat there in this place of like, better than, and you can't blame him, right? Too many of us are lost in the illusion. Too many are lost in the illusion that we require big pharma or government or whatever else it is to tell us how to do things, rather than be sovereign, self-sustaining, be within ourselves in order to achieve all things. Yeah, it's a process, it's work. Knowing how to care for oneself and one's body, their wellness, their sanity, you know, that looks different for each one of us. It looks different for each one of us. So coming back into the cards, this is what I'm picking up on today, is that the true alchemy of transformation, in order to make the transformation that we are here to do, right, this alchemic response to the body, we come from a place of center, right, and nourish our souls, finding the sustenance from within. And this card is so interesting to me because I see how well taken care of Ganesha is in this imagery, right? There's ample amounts of food, there's sustenance all around, and he's centered, and he's, again, all the lotuses. I keep seeing all these little lotus flowers here. However, if you look into his eyes, it does this, I keep seeing them move, right? There are moments that I see Ganesha feeling fulfilled from within, and I also see Ganesha seeking something outside. I apologize for all the dogs. Can't control it. So, hold on. Thank you. So, he's nourished from within. However, if you look into his eyes, there is joy, that which he witnesses, but they keep moving for me. It's like I see him wanting to go and partake in that which he sees, and then in other moments he's perfectly contented in what he's doing, right? And so neither is right, neither is wrong. It's about nourishing our own souls, knowing how to make the decision from within, and not needing something outside of us to determine that which nourishes you, right? So what I offer you today is we're going to do some breath work, and then we're going to see where this healing goes. And as I said, we'll start with the breath work, and then if you want to continue on to the rest of the video after that, you are more than welcome to, and that'll be on Vimeo. There'll be deeper healing process, bringing us more into center, and truly all that we do is alchemic, right? Utilizing the breath with conscious mind is alchemic work, 100%, 100%. And so today, let's start. When you're ready, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. I'm going to adjust this just a smidge. Okay. So, find yourself a comfortable seated position. And when you find yourself, I do encourage you to put a pillow maybe underneath your sits bones, right? Let your legs hang forward. Your femur bones are meant to fall forward from the sits bones, right? And the sits bones are meant to be seated on the ground or the pillows themselves. So you want to let the pelvis, it almost like feels like a little bit of a tilt forward, but it's just allowing there to be space from the lower belly. Okay, so let that roll forward slightly. And when you're ready, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to naturally breathe here. No judgment, simply curiosity. With each breath, simply notice. Where does the breath fill? Where does it not fill? At this present moment, there is no right or wrong answer. It's simply the answer. Are you filling your lower belly? Are you filling your upper chest? Do your shoulders rise and fall with each breath, or do they sit naturally and comfortably? And when you're ready, I invite you for the next 10 or so breaths, allow your breath to elongate your spinal column. Let the breath lengthen you from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Good. With each breath, can you allow your breath to lengthen all the way down from your root chakra, your pelvic floor, all the way up to the crown of your head? Now everyone will say differently. However, I invite you to open your mouth softly right? Let the back of your neck be long. Maybe even place the tongue on the upper palate of your mouth. Allow for the breath to draw up and lengthen and expand. Keep your expansion in the exhalation. Do not concave your spine. So keep nice and tall no matter what is happening here. So lengthen through, big breath in, lengthen. And let the exhalation happen and allow yourself to stay nice and tall. Again, another lengthening breath. Inhale. And draw it back down again. Good. Two more times. Focusing on a breath that elongates the body. It literally is like your spinal column is a inner tube. Allow for this breath to inhale and expand, lengthening all the way up. And releasing. Good. Feel free to shake that out and allow anything that may have gone stagnant or moved through to fully move its way out. Good. Coming right back to the breath. We're going to breathe side to side. So shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, ankle to ankle, ear to ear. All right? So for the next 10 or so breaths, I want you to expand side to side. Can you allow your breath to expand? And it's as if you're pushing against walls. Good. With each breath, allowing yourself to expand side to side, ankle to ankle, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. And returning. Good. Do not collapse that spine. Keep it nice and tall. Expand side to side, ear to ear, shoulder to shoulder. Give me just a couple more breaths here. Two more, just like that, side to side, hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, ankle to ankle, ear to ear. Good. Really push and inhale. It's like you're pushing against resistance. So whatever you have to do to obtain the most amount of breath is the key to this breathing style. It does not matter how much resistance you meet with, breathe and expand against it. Do everything you can to gain access to the most breath you can take in, and then we'll smooth it out afterwards, okay? So again, coming back into the breath, we're gonna now breathe front to back, okay? So nose to occiput, sternum to the back of your ribs, right? Pubic bone to tailbone, toe mounds to the heels of your feet, okay? So the toe mounds, heels of your feet. So it's an expansion back and forth. In fact, the shape you'll see is this, right? So front to back. Let's see if you can see that. Good. So for the next 10 breaths, to the best of our ability, we're going to breathe front to back. Tailbone to pubic bone, heel of the feet to the toe mounds, sternum to the back of the spine, nose to the occiput. Allowing each breath to expand you, and each exhalation, keep that spine nice and tall. Do not collapse it. 2 more breaths here. 2 more breaths here. Good. Now, on the next series of breaths, I'm going to invite you to breathe all 360 degrees, right? So up, down, back to front to back, and side to side. So you're going to expand like you're an inner tube completely. You're going to breathe into the center of your being, and you're going to expand like you're blowing up a balloon. Right, this 360 degrees. Good, again. Notice I'm breathing an aha breath. Good. Keep breathing your aha breath, expanding 360 degrees. Feel free to make sounds. It helps. It helps. So again, breathe, 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 expanding in all directions simultaneously, 360 degrees, up, down, front to back, side to side. I want you to take notice of where it's easy to breathe, and then breathe into the places that it's not so easy. So for the next 5 breaths or so, put your attention directly on where you are not breathing and breathe there. Force it. Force your body to take the breath that it requires in that area. Breathe into all the spaces and places that we have allowed ourselves to get stuck. Things that have been taking us away from our center, right? Things that have been taking us away from ourselves. Two more big breaths. Go right to the places that you feel most stagnant. Good. One more. Feel free to do whatever it is you require at this moment. Simply sit and breathe and see how it feels naturally, maybe move about. If you wish to join me for the continued video of healing that which we just awoken within our body, feel free to click the link below for our Vimeo. Otherwise, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's medicine. And again, if you would like to continue on to clear these blockages, move into some deeper breath work, some sound and healing energy, so that we come in more fully into our center and drink in the sustenance that is within us, Spirit. Please join me and click the link below. If this is where we part, peace out, tribe. Otherwise, I'll see you on the other side.